Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television. A quick reminder of our top stories now. Gunmen storm Osun State College of Technology, SLK killing lecturer and abducting 5 others. Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris rejects proposed police amendment bill which empowers the National Assembly to confirm appointments of the Inspector General of Police. House of Representatives asked President Muhammadu Buhari to transmit report of tripartite committee on new minimum wage to the National Assembly for consideration. And tributes pour in as America's 41st President, George Walker Bush, is remembered at the National Cathedral. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on YouTube.com/channelsweb you can find our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news and updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app and tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. And now to some of the pictures that you sent into our eyewitness portal. First is this one from Agege in Lagos State. It shows an electricity pole fastened with a rope to a nearby building in Dokbemu. According to our eyewitness reporter, residents of the community did this to prevent the pole from falling. He's asking the Power Holding Company of Nigeria to come up and look into this to avoid the potential danger it poses. This next one is from Ogun State. It shows a muddy road, which, according to our eyewitness reporter, describes it as an Igbesa road mayhem in Ijebu-Ode. The eyewitness says that this is as a result of bad drainage in the area. He wants the state government to fix it. And finally, from Delta State comes this picture of a secondary school student playing Scrabble and chess at an inter-school indoor sports competition. Our eyewitness reporter, who was impressed by the level of intelligence displayed by the students, is asking that such mind-building games be encouraged in all schools across the country. We do sincerely thank you for sending those pictures, as we ask that you keep them coming. The House of Representatives is requesting President Muhammadu Buhari to transmit the report of the tripartite committee on the new minimum wage to the National Assembly for consideration to avoid a looming strike by the Nigeria Labour Congress. The resolution is sequel to a point of order raised under matters of urgent public importance by the representative, Ani Zoro, where he cited the ongoing strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities. The House also resolved to set up a joint ad hoc committee with the Senate to look into the prospects and protest by staff of the National Assembly, which prevented the 2 chambers of the National Assembly from sitting on Tuesday. Our correspondent Terry Kumi reports.
Don't say aye. Those against it say nay.
24 hours after a protest by the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria prevented the National Assembly from sitting, the House of Representatives settles down to the business of the day, despite an apparently scanty chamber. The Speaker reads a communication from the President.
I hereby convey to the House of Representatives my decision on 26 November 2018 to decline presidential assent to the National Broadcasting Commission Amendment Bill 2018.
Then he announces a defection.
It has become imperative for me to resign my membership of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA, and join the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Yours sincerely, Honorable Onyewifi Gabriel O. Africa.
A lawmaker raises a matter of urgent public importance.
The House notes with concern the ongoing strike action by members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, worried by the reluctance of the presidency to transmit the tripartite agreement on national minimum wage to the National Assembly for legislation, disturbed that members of the Parliamentary Staff Association of the National Assembly also picketed our 2 legislative chambers yesterday to draw attention to their grievances.
He is quickly called to order when he appears to be straying from the main focus.
One thought that he will be a very good ambassador of labor in the strategic position that he occupies. But sadly, the chairman of my great party is in the news for the wrong reasons. Probably he is more mentioned in allegations
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
of all sorts of things.
Chairman of a party is being dragged into a debate and being more or less maligned, but for being in the news for one thing or the other, bears no relevance whatsoever to this motion in any shape, way, or form.
The motion enjoys support from his colleagues as the House resolves to request President Muhammadu Buhari to transmit the tripartite agreement on new national minimum wage to the National Assembly for consideration to avert the looming industrial action by the organized labor, and also to set up a joint ad hoc committee with the Senate to look into the causes of the protest by staff of the National Assembly the previous day.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance.
3 new APC lawmakers representing Bauchi, Kwara and Katsina states were also sworn in by the Speaker. Terry Ikumi, Channels Television News.
Well, Terry has had his hands quite full today. Let's join him again in our Abuja studios. Terry.
Hello and welcome to Abuja. Now, ahead of the 2019 general elections, the coalition of united political parties is demanding the signing of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill transmitted to President Buhari by the National Assembly. The spokesperson of the coalition, Mr. Ikenga Ugochinyere, claims that the continued refusal of the president to sign the bill into law is a deliberate attempt to derail the 2019 elections through rigging. The coalition is therefore calling on all Nigerians to rise up to the occasion by ensuring that nobody is allowed to derail the 2019 general elections.
28 days since the National Assembly forwarded to the President, and for the 4th time necessary amendment to the Electoral Act. The President has not signed the amendment. We are also sad to say this to you, that there is intelligence that the President has agreed with his kitchen cabinet not to sign the amendment into law. We have been informed that after several undue delays, the President is said to communicate to the National Assembly anytime from today that he will not be able to sign the amendment due to the existence of Article 2 of the ECOWAS Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance, which prohibits countries from making Electoral Act amendments less than 6 months to election, unless there is consent of the political parties.
Meanwhile, the CUPP has adopted the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, as the consensus candidate of the opposition. This decision was announced in a statement by the group's spokesperson. According to the statement, the coalition chose Mr. Abubakar after he scored high in the criteria used by the opposition, including acceptability, leadership capacity, experience, as well as capacity to rebuild the economy, secure the country, and unite all Nigerians. Meanwhile, the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshomole, has dismissed the endorsement of the PDP candidates by the opposition parties. Speaking in Abuja when he played host to some women groups in his office, he says the APC is not losing any sleep over the endorsement. The APC chairman also says the party is confident of a good outing in Ogun and Imo states, in spite of the grievances the governors of both states have with the party leadership. Now, granting local government councils financial autonomy is key to development in Akwa Ibom State. This is the position of the All Progressives Congress governorship candidate, Nsima Ekere, as he presented his campaign manifesto at a ceremony in the state. Speaking at the event, which featured the inauguration of his campaign committee, the APC governorship candidate also promised to generate employment for the youth of Akwa Ibom State.
Lack of financial autonomy for local government councils in Nigeria is largely believed to be one of the factors responsible for the poor performance of local government councils across the country. This is because they lack the needed funds to perform their constitutionally assigned responsibilities to the people at the grassroots. The restoration of autonomy to local government councils forms part of a policy thrust of the governorship candidate of the APC in Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Nsima Ekere. He is convinced that the local government councils can impact on the people positively if empowered with the needed funds.
Restore financial autonomy to local governments. Nobody has the right to touch the money that belongs to local government councils. Every kobo that comes that's due to our local government councils will be sent directly to them.
Mr. Ekere believes the easiest way to ensure peace and security in the society is to engage the youth gainfully. This informs his plans to create 400,000 jobs annually and engage 15,500 youths in farming every year.
Our policies and our programs will aim to create jobs and opportunities. They will aim to promote private enterprise, who will build industries and businesses and transcend the boundaries of our state and our country.
The APC chairman in Akwa Ibom State used the occasion to appeal for unity amongst party faithful to ensure victory for the party in the 2019 elections.
All the candidates, all the aspirants have accepted themselves as members of APC, and we belong to one family, and we have no other duty than to deliver these beautiful candidates that we have.
With the kickoff of the political campaigns, the environment promises to be very interesting in the weeks to come as the people of Akwa Ibom State decide who the next governor will be.
Still talking politics, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, is asking the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to be impartial and conduct free and credible elections come 2019. Alhaji Atiku stated this in Ilorin during the flag-off of the PDP presidential campaign in the north-central part of the country. The PDP candidate, Atiku Abubakar, also alleged that some chieftains of the All Progressives Congress are buying permanent voter cards, as he asked the electorate not to yield to their antics.
It is time for you people to return this country to PDP, because the best years of this country was when the PDP was governing our country from 1999 to 2014. Therefore, I want to appeal to you. You have listened to all the speakers today. None of them has told you any lie. Do you want to mortgage your future? No. Therefore, don't sell your PVCs because they are going to use it against you. Do you understand? PDP! PDP!
When the news at 10 returns, Federal Executive Council to hold special session on Friday to finalize works on the 2019 budget. That's on Business News. Join us again.